Hello, Webbrick Productions here with another LEGO video. Today I have the LEGO Minecraft, the Trial Chamber set. The set number is 21271. It has 322 pieces, 4 mobs, and 1 player minifigure. So without further ado, let's take a look at those figures. You only get 1 player minifigure in this set. The player's name is Shadow Hoodie, which makes sense for this character if you see there. The printing on this figure is incredible. Really clean lines. I don't see any bad color matching. Like, there's a lot of really good stuff there. I love that face print and the front torso print, which has this silver on this skull, which looks just really, really good. I like the color for this figure with the teal right there and then that yellowish orange. We do have a little bit of back torso printing, which looks like a hoodie when it's like pulled down, even though this character is wearing a hood. A little bit strange right there, but I think it still works. You do get a netherite sword, but no armor, which is a little shocking considering I feel like, whenever I go in, trial chambers are pretty tricky structures to go through, so it would have been nice to get some armor for this character, but overall I think this figure is really well made and I like it a lot. One of the main draws that people will be getting this set is for the breeze. So this is a really good figure. There's a lot of clear tiles right there and even some clear studs to kind of get that wind effect. The face printing is good. I just don't know how accurate it is. I feel like the eyebrows are a little more prominent on the actual Minecraft one than in this LEGO version, which is okay. I'm sure it might have been something with the design updates and stuff like that. I don't think this is necessarily LEGO's fault, maybe just a little bit of communication issues between Minecraft and LEGO, but it would be nice to get eyebrow printing on a future breeze if we get more of these later on, which I hope we do. There is a little bit of there's a piece right there with the, I guess, pin connection, so we'll take a look at what that means later. There are no extra pieces to get rid of that. There is one, but since we get 2 breezes in the set, it would have been nice to have those pieces included so that you could remove that piece and place the, like, a 1x1 clear cylinder there. Now that is kind of a common piece, so I don't think it's the worst thing, but it would have been nice if LEGO did include that for an option for people if they wanted to swap it out, because that can be, it just sticks out a little bit, which is not an issue necessarily since this is an 8+ set, but it would have been nice. But yeah, that's it for the breeze, and again, we do get 2 of them in this set. It's arguably the least interesting figure in the set. We do get 2 of them. It's the skeleton. We've gotten lots of these before. I think this was a little bit of a missed opportunity on LEGO's part to include that new bog skeleton, so I'm hoping we do get more trial chamber based sets in the future so we could get that bog skeleton, and then of course the breeze with the eye printing, but you know, they're skeletons, they work. We've taken a look at the figures. I'm going to remove them and then we'll take a look at this build. Figures removed, you can see the set in its entirety, and I really like the design of this. When it was first announced that we're going to get a trial chambers, I thought it was going to be a really massive playset, but I think this little playset is pretty good. And I'll talk a little bit more on my thoughts versus like a large or a small one when we get to the final verdict. But let's take a look at this set. First off, you'll notice there's a lot of space in the middle there. I think that's a good compromise because there's a lot of space in the actual trial chambers for you to kind of move around and fight those mobs. I like the color for the sand green for the oxidized copper, and then of course we have this like burnt orange for the regular copper. We have some stairs here which are a really nice build that lead up to this copper bulb, which also has a flick fire missile that can shoot off right there. You have a torch right above that. We also get this really nice printed banner which has a similar design to the design on our player minifigure. Those are metallic prints right there, which look really good. Let's see if we can get that to shine a little bit. Yeah, that looks awesome. And we don't get just one of these. We get 2 of them. There's another one right here. So that's really awesome. Over here, we have another copper stair, which leads over to the breeze spawner area. Again, I like this like checkered tile thing. We have a nice build for the spawner. This is a really good way to do it. It doesn't have that fun play feature like the other ones where the mob can spin, but I think this is a much more size appropriate one that doesn't take up too much space. We also get a new print for that breeze face right there, which is why I brought it so close. We also have a skeleton spawner, which I believe that is a reprint from the crafting table set over there. We have 2 more copper bulbs right there. And you'll notice on the copper bulbs, these ones look a lot lighter than those ones. And now I'm not entirely sure, but I believe the copper bulb obviously can be turned on and off. And I think this represents an on and this represents off. And that's why they're different, because they use a different color of, I guess, the snot bracket. So right here we have a white one, and then back here we'll have like black ones for the ones that are off. And I think that's a really cool way to represent it, and it really shows how the background color can change a lot with the lighting. I think that's awesome. Up here there is the nice platform, and since there are a lot of levels in the trial chambers, I like that a lot. There is a little gap here, and I haven't explored the trial chambers too much, and I think there are these sorts of things. They're really large structures. I've been in one smaller one. I didn't get to explore it too much. I kept dying. I'm not really good at them yet, but you can fall down, and there's like this kind of corridor area right here, which there is enough space for your figure to go under there. It's just a little hard to get fingers in there, and that's totally okay. We have another flick fire missile right here. We have a copper bulb there, and this is the spring-loaded bullet. Also back here, we have a bed with a little flower right there. Yeah, and so there's the flick fire missile I was talking about. We also get these pots here, which can open up to reveal little treasures. So in this one, we have a diamond, which is represented by that 1x1 blue stud. And then, of course, we have an emerald in this one and an emerald in that one. I'll open this up just so you can see, but it's the same for the other one there. I don't know if trial chambers give you printed pots, I guess, with the designs on them, but we did get a printed pot in the Cherry Blossom Grove. I think that was the title of that set. But it would have been nice to get a printed one, but I can't remember if trial chambers have printed ones or not. So please tell me in the comments. I don't think it's a bad choice because I can't remember if they are. I don't think they are. So I think LEGO went with the right design choice to just give us the regular ones and have those little storage things. I think that's really awesome. Now you'll notice we have a little receiver right there, and that's because I mentioned with the Breeze, we have that little pin, and so that can go right there. Boom. And so now when our player minifigure is fighting against the Breeze, you can shoot the player with the spring-loaded shooter in clear, and that can act as a wing charge, which is super awesome. That is super cool, and that's an awesome little play feature there. I really like that there are a ton of shooting play features in this. I think it adds to the action and just gives you more to do with the player and with the mobs and stuff. But that one is super cool to give that wing charge for the Breeze, and I think that's a good compromise to like give the Breeze still a play feature, but also like not compromise its build. I guess my only complaints for this set is this structure right here on the side is a little flimsy. If you were to pick it up, it's really only connected by those 6 studs, so it just really falls off all the time. Sometimes even when you pick it up like here, which is a good spot, and you wiggle around too much, it just gets loose and it falls off. And that's a little frustrating, especially for, I guess, some younger builders. This is an 8+ set, so they probably won't get too frustrated. But I have even gotten a little frustrated with it because it just really falls out a lot. And it's kind of annoying when carrying it with like one hand or something. So that's really my only complaint with the design of this set. I just wish there was a little more connection for that side. Like this one is good because it has some more clutch power with those studs. But that's it for the build. Now let's take a look at the packaging and then my final verdict. The box for the set, it has the same design as all the other Minecraft sets. Again, if you've seen my Minecraft reviews before, you know I really don't like this background design and I prefer the older one much better. Now on the back you can see some of the fun play features such as finding the treasures, a bed, because I bet our player figure is going to die a ton since they don't have armor. So nice that we have a little respawn point, and I know that the trial chambers do come with beds. You have the spring-loaded shooter, and then of course like the play scene up here, which looks really cool. Are the white-backed ones. I didn't get paper bags in this set, but that's okay. We're getting there. Shows you how to build the set, shows the set all built up. A rebuild the world ad. Piece count. Oh, before we get to the piece count, there is an ad for the January sets. I'm getting around to reviewing all of these. I haven't built some of these yet, but I'll get there. Piece count, and then the win. But that's it for the instructions. For pieces, there aren't many. It is nice that we get another printed skeleton face and then the printed breeze right here. You also get one, I guess, clear stud, which you can use to replace the little pin right there, but it would have been nice to get two of them. But that's it for the leftovers. Final verdict, I do like this set a lot more than I initially did. When I first saw it, I thought the build might have been a little lacking, but having it built up, there's actually a lot of stuff here that I like, and I think the design of this is pretty solid. I like the figures a lot. It would have been nice, again, to get the bog skeleton, but the player is really good. Now, I mentioned earlier that I thought this was going to be a really big playset once I first heard that we were getting a trial chamber set, but I like that they went with this smaller design, and I think the designers did a really good job with their budget. I do hope that they do take the Harry Potter route with these sorts of sets, and maybe we get more trial chamber portions that we can connect to this one, and we can slowly start to build a much larger trial chamber in which we could get an updated breeze and those bog skeletons. But I think this is a great start to a trial chamber, and I hope we get more sets based on this structure, since it's a really large structure. It's one of the largest we've gotten, I think, since, well, actually, Deep Dark and the Woodland Mansion are pretty large, but it's one of the larger structures we've gotten in a while. So this is a really cool start to what could become really awesome and great. So I like this a lot. I do think it has its little quirks here and there, but nothing that overall compromises the build. Now, for $40, this does feel a little steep. Now, I'm not huge on the price per part piece ratio, as the pieces in Lego Minecraft are a lot larger than most. You know, we get a few little studs here and there, especially with ores, but I think just the overall size of this, there is a lot of empty space in the middle. Again, I like that there's empty space, but I think for $40, it's a little steep. I would like to see this ideally at $35, but of course it's 2025 and Lego is a very expensive toy, so I think 40 is okay. I would wait. I think this will go on discount. If you want this set, I would wait for it to go on discount. I think 35 is a much more reasonable price, but I don't think you're getting robbed at 40 because there is a lot here. But yeah, that's really it for this video. I would give this set a solid 6.5 out of 10. Just because I think the little things kind of do add up a little bit, but overall I think it's still a pretty good set. But that's it for this video. If you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing, and I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts about this set in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace out. Bye.